Today, we are going to learn how we can create video by merging multiple images with N8N workflow, free, unlimited. All right, let's get started. So first of all, we go to Eranol.com and then sign up, and then we will have our account ready. In our account, we quickly click on create key here and then say N8N workflow, create a key, and then copy this key from here. Once we copy this key, go back to our N8N workflow, create a workflow. Let's name it merge image, and audio. All right, let's trigger it manually here. And then we will add an HTTP request. In this HTTP request, remember we copied the API key from here. What we need to do is we need to basically go back to the documentation here, click on merge on the left, and then see that this is the endpoint we are going to utilize. We copy this from here, and then we go back, select the post, and then in the authentication part, we say generic credential type, and then we use header auth. In the header auth section, I have already created my Eranol header auth, but if you want to create new, you just click create new. In the name section, you just put the X API key like this, and then in the value section in your account, you can copy this from here and then paste it here and then save it. Once you save it, you will see your account like this, and then you just select it here. All right. Let's go back to the documentation in the merge. As you can see, we have to pass the images which we want to merge, how long each image should be displayed, and then the audio URL, etc. So we'll copy this whole payload from here, go back, and then click on send body. And then in the drop down, we select JSON, and then here we will select using JSON. Okay, after this, let's open this in a big view. And then this is our JSON editor. So as you can see, we have to provide the audio URL here, and then the video length, audio mode, which is basically how long is the video going to be, if we want any kind of transition between the images, and if you want the background sound. So let me first remove this for now because we just want to create a simple video. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images here from some photos. I also have audio publicly accessible. So I'm going to open another tab and then play this audio for you.
A traveler walked a quiet.
As you can see, it's a 1 minute 6 second long audio. Make sure it is publicly accessible. Make sure you open up incognito mode and then test it. It is publicly available. All right, let's put this here, the URL of the audio file. Once that's done, we are ready to send this request to this merge API. Now, what's going to happen is once it is sent, we will wait for a while, let's say 5 seconds. And then after waiting for 5 seconds, we will check the status. So let's actually duplicate this. And if we go back to the documentation, as you can see, when you send a request to this API endpoint, it comes back with the job ID. But the status of the job ID could be pending or anything, right? So how do we check the status? We go on the status API. It is a GET request API. And then we utilize this API to check the status. So let's copy it from here, open this HTTP request, put it here, make it GET. And then obviously in place of this job ID, we have to put the actual job ID coming from the previous node. We don't have to send anybody here. So let's do that. So let's rename it check status. And then once we check the status, there would be an if condition, which would be like if the status is completed or finished. So as you can see, when the job is completed, the status changed to completed. So let's copy that, put it here, and then we will drag and drop the value here later. And then if it is still processing, we will go back into the loop, wait for a while, and then check the status again. If it is done, then we will just get the results with the results API endpoint. So we will just attach it here, rename it, get result. And then as you can see on the status here, we just have to send the job ID to the result API. So we go back here and put it again. Okay, so let's do the workflow run. So let's click execute. Obviously, it's going to fail here when we are going to check the status because it doesn't have job ID, if you remember that. So let's open that. And as you can see, the job ID is here. So I'm going to put that here at the end. Drag and drop here, job ID. And then once that's done, obviously, I'm going to run this again and then it will pass. But again, it will not be executed this particular node because obviously we don't have value here. So what we are going to do is we are going to track the status here and then say completed. And then we're going to run it. And then it goes back to here to get the result. And then again, here in the result section, we have to get the job ID added to it. And then we run it. And then you have the end result of the merge API. So we copy it from here. As you know, this was our audio file, and let's have a look at our video file now. So it's a 1 minute, 6 second long video, and it added all these images. But what happens is, because remember in our request, we said that in each image should last for 3 seconds, but after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images, it will just keep repeating the same image because it needs to fill the whole video, remember? So that's what it's going to do. There you go. So this is how you create unlimited AI videos by merging your image with audio. If you have any comments, just put down below the video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you.